Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Holoyim La, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Harakakodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwath that's keeping the faith and the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, and verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. But thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." All right. A major part of the end times is the devil being revealed. The devil and his plots and plans being revealed, not just by the men of the Lord, but also by, people around the world. Right? The heathens as well. All right, let me see. It's the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 27. "And you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, or Yasharallah, and that I am Yahweh, your power, and none else. And my people shall never be ashamed. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit." Right? The truth. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High got, everybody bringing out whatever truth that they find out is being brought out, right? Because this world is changing. I say this all the time. The world changing, and people they can't see it because of the deceitfulness that is with the change. If you can't really see it, it's like this, man. You got chaotic events happening all around the world at the same time, but it's all in single file line towards a certain agenda. So the things that's happening around the world, some of that is for distractions, and some of that is in line with, what's really going on. And you kind of got to step back and pay attention to the whole scheme of things to be able to really see the big picture. Right? Like, for instance, you got the mass shootings that just popping up out of nowhere for the past few years. And don't nobody know why. When all you got to do is go check out the CIA's history and look at the different programs that they've put in place as it pertains to experimenting on people. They got one called MK Ultra, which is basically mind control. Right? And even the mentioning of that may bring a scoffle because people don't know. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to research things. They just want to be entertained, which ain't nothing wrong with being entertained. You just got to make sure that you find balance in the thing. Everything can't be entertainment. You got to learn also, get lessons also. All right, but anyway, the majority of people are more so entertained than anything, so they can't really grasp on to the real dealings of the daughter of Babylon and the surrounding nations. These people do some wicked things and have been doing wicked things for the longest. Like I said, for instance, MK Ultra, right, which is basically a mind control thing, where they can create a sleeper cell, and once that sleeper cell hears a certain word or a certain term or a certain phrase or gets put into action some kind of way, they turn into a whole nother personality. They cannot remember the other person that they are. And they go do deeds. Right? I say it's an easy Google search. It's an easy search to find this information out because it's absolutely true. Right? But I said you got the mass shooting that just popping up out of nowhere. You got the different wars between different countries and things of such. But like I said, it's all geared towards a certain agenda. Right? We go to the book of 2 Corinthians. Chapter 2 and verse 11, it says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." The Most High allowed us to be able to see this devil move. We can see the chessboard because we're on the side of the ultimate chess player, which is Yahweh. And he blessed us with eyes to see and ears to hear. The devil think he a master chess player, but he ain't nothing compared to Yahweh, right? So we can really see the game, you know what I'm saying? And we can see the end goal and all that. We already got the victory, according to the word. So this devil, he playing dirty and all that, man, underhanded in all kinds of devious ways. But at the end of the day, he gonna come short. All right. So one of these plays that the devil is making is pointed towards agriculture or food, right? If you haven't been paying attention, over the past few years, they've been introducing plant-based foods and been kind of moving away from regular meats, been shying away from meats, right? And no one is questioning why. They just present it in a certain spectacular way to get people to want to try it, and they try it, and once they try it, it's like, oh man, this tastes just like the real thing, and nothing else is said about it. But you don't know exactly what's in that thing that you eating that's supposedly plant-based. You don't know the reason why they're introducing plant-based things in fast food, right? But it's a reason for everything. So with that, I'm going to let this video play and I'll be back.
What is happening with our food is outrageous. And I'm going to give you some things here that you will not believe. In about 8 minutes, you will say, no way that's true. You're going to have to look it up, and I'll give you the address and everything else. Okay. Right now, 40% of farmland in America, 40, is owned by Americans over 65. Our farmers are dying out. So farmland, 40% of it is going to go up for sale soon, okay? And the way everything is structured, the farmers' families usually can't afford to keep the farm when mom and dad die. So that means 370 million acres are going to come up of farmland, good American farmland, gonna come up for sale soon. Now, the prices of farmland is skyrocketing for some reason. I mean, who wants farmland? You know, the best and fastest way to become a millionaire as a farmer is start with $2 million, okay? You're guaranteed to have $1 million probably by the end of the year. It's a losing prospect. It is hard work, and you need good communities around you. So,
at Domino's, we appreciate those who...
So, why is farmland prices going up? Well, a couple of reasons. COVID, people are like, yeah, I just want to be, someplace other than California. And so then they buy, we'll raise chickens and we'll have eggs and maybe we'll have a goat. And first winter and the first harvest, they're like, and they run back someplace in the city. A few months ago, a farm in Iowa sold for $25,000 per acre. To say that land prices are skyrocketing is an understatement. So who is buying all of the farmland? Well, BlackRock buying up record-shattering amounts of homes. For farms, it's people like Bill Gates. Now, I don't know about you, but Bill Gates buying up 300,000 acres spread out. Remember, 40% of the farmlands, 40% owned by 65 and up, 40%. How many acres did I say that was? 370 million. 40%, 370. How many acres does Bill Gates have now? He's approaching 300 million acres. So that's kind of disturbing. One guy owning another 40% of our farmland, if these numbers are right, that's terrifying, especially a guy who believes in, you know what, we shouldn't have cattle, we shouldn't have milk, and, I can genetically fix these animals because I am God.
And also, more disturbingly, this is the guy who approved Clippy.
Yes.
The little paper clip that would give you recommendations on what to do in Microsoft Office.
So I totally support Bill Gates in his little farmer expedition.
When he said, I am God, that made me think of 2 Thessalonians 2.
Right. It's going to be a good farmer. Anyway.
You think he's done a lot of farming? You think Bill has been out in the fields?
Oh, sure. Yeah, he knows what he's
with the hoe?
37.6 million acres of U.S. farm and ranch land now held under foreign ownership. 37.6 million acres. They've doubled down recently, buying land in Oklahoma, Texas, Colorado. 40% growth rate in just 2020. One Chinese government-linked group bought farmland near Grand Forks Air Force Base in North Dakota. No problem there. No problem. Not really, seriously. Former member of the Chinese Communist Red Army bought land near Laughlin Air Force Base here in Texas. The windmill project that he's doing gives the Chinese yet another dangerous location next to us.
Right. So basically what he's saying is, outside of cities, the regular lands, like, backwoods and, wooded areas and things, the boondocks and all that, the rich are buying those places up. And it's certain rich people. Like he just named one of them. And it's other countries that are buying land in America that's not in the big cities, but like I said, it's in the boonies, where farmers are, where food is produced, where your cows and so forth and so on, and chickens and lambs and so forth and so on, where they get raised up for the slaughter to feed people. They are being bought up, right? And it's for a reason, right? World Economic Forum, the creator of that thing, whatever, his name is Klaus Schwab, and basically that man said, in the near future, right, people will eat bugs and they will like it. I'm sure he don't mean you're gonna eat a plate of, crickets, or maybe so, but it's gonna be. I mean, you may go to a burger place and they not giving you a burger. You eating bugs, and they gonna make it in a way to where, man, it tastes just like the old, and you gonna like it, just like the Whataburger, right, or whatever that thing was called, the plant-based Whopper, because you don't know what's in it. You just see plant-based, and you try it out, and you like, man, this tastes just like the regular. But you don't really know what you're eating for real. Right? Man, these folk are creating a whole new world right before your eyes. And you cannot see it because the Most High Spirit ain't dealing with you to see it. And I'm speaking to individuals, of course, who can't see it. Right? But, the Most High has opened up the eyes of his elect. How about you, man? Shah. I am of that number, and you are too, if you can hear this and understand it. Opening up our eyes to be able to see the game. Right? 10 steps ahead, because it's in the Word. It's written in the Word. Times of old, times of now, and times to come. The Most High already let us know who our real enemies are, and he let us know the depths of wickedness inside these enemies' minds. In the Word and in our lives. We see it. So it ain't a question. We already know this devil will get extremely ill. Right? So hold on 1 second. All right, so it's a website, and I went on there and made videos about it before. Basically, the World Economic Forum website. If you ever go on that website, it's like so much information on that website. You'll go there, and then you can click on it's like a globe, and the globe will have like little spears poking out of it, and the major the center part of the globe is like whatever the major topic is, and then the little spores that point out of it. There are different topics surrounding that main topic, and those topics are different ways that the world is about to be changed via the real leaders of the world. And all you got to do is just click on the different spores and read on the information. And some of that stuff, man, like I remember before that thing hit, I clicked on a couple of them spores, and it was, yeah, that's where CBDC came out the blue. And they were letting us know that, hey, this gonna be the new thing to come. This was like a couple years ago. Right, so like I said, all you gotta do is go to the World Economic Forum, and all the information is there. There's so many websites that you can go on and find information. You just gotta look up the information. But anyway, he's about to speak on a certain topic that was on the World Economic Forum's website.
Well, if you do all of those things, you control you. Now, I'm going to take you to something, to the World Economic Forum, their own website. They have a section on smart cities. Word is a really smart city. Like Chicago, very smart. So the smart cities are the way to get all of our problems under control. Because their plan is to force everybody into cities and leave the land alone. Remember, they have to, by 2030, and Biden's already done this, he's going to preserve 30% of all land in America. No humans will be on it. By 2050, it's 50% of all land. So where do the people go? The people all have to go into cities, but they'll be smart cities. Now, I want you to go to the World Economic Forum's website, and I want you to look this up for yourself, because you will not believe what I'm about to tell you. But it's there currently in black and white. So you decide who's the conspiracy theorist and who is actually lying to you. Now, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. You go to the World Economic Forum, you look up their smart cities, and you're going to see.
Charge your phone 40.
You're going to see what is planned for you. Now, they have all kinds of partners all over the world. One of them is the Arab Group, ARUP, the Arab Group. They have their own section on the WEF website, okay? They're a progressive group that got together in Britain right after World War II, and they were like, hey, we can do a lot of things. These Fabian socialists, they got a lot of great ideas. Why don't we start building things and building a community of tomorrow? So, very progressive-minded, and they want to be a source and a force for peace and social betterment, which...
So like when Buddy said peace, it made me think of, what's that? I think 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, when they say peace and safety, then comes sudden destruction. I think that's 1 Thessalonians. Let me see. 1 Thessalonians. Maybe it's 4. Let me see. For this we save ourselves. Let me see. Yeah, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Don't you? I mean, I'm like, yeah, but how? I mean, how is it with earthquakes and stuff? Social betterment. Did we say social betterment? Okay, good.
Same reason I go to NASA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, you go to NASA to learn about the. From the World Economic Forum, let's put page 40 up. There it is. Now I love this. Now, this is a whole section on, look, we've got some pretty big goals to hit, and we got to hit them. So how do we build these smart cities, and what do we need people to do by 2030? Now, they have some pretty aggressive goals, and some of them are up there. And they look, I mean, if you're watching Blaze TV, you'll see them up from the website itself. But let me give it to you just in case you're not watching, because gosh darn it, these stats are a little sticky. So food. They need to reduce the emissions of food by 2030. So their target by 2030 is you will only have 16 kilograms of meat per year. Now, their aggressive target for 2030 is that you have 0 kilograms of meat. I'm telling you, what they're doing to the farmers and the ranchers, what the 4 big food processors are doing, they're driving them out of business so you can't have any local ranchers growing meat.
Now, with that being said, I don't know if you've been keeping up with it, but a lot of the food processing plants have all of a sudden, out the blue, been burned down. Nobody arrested for it, no arson, right? No faulty electrical equipment. It just burned down out the blue. Not one, not two, but several, right? And nobody answering for it. Okay.
Because they're getting rid of meat. Listen to Klaus Schwab, who says by 2030, meat will be for the rich and very wealthy for special occasions only.
Straight like that, man. This world is changing, and it is not on behalf of the people. If you're not paying attention to what's going on, man, they cutting out the middle class. Ain't gonna be no middle class in a minute. It's only gonna be rich and poor. If you're on the rich side, then life would be okay for you. But you're gonna have to sacrifice some things. Read Revelation 13 and see what I'm talking about. If you're on the poor side, it's gonna be kind of hard for you, and you still gonna have to sacrifice some things. Read Revelation 13, see what I'm talking about. This devil is real live doing this, making these plays, making these moves, and have been doing so for the past few years. Really have been doing so since we've been here for real. You really want to go into it. But as far as these end times and these Revelation 13s and these 2 Thessalonians and these 2 Ezra 15s, it's now. That man said in 2030, they talking about 0 by 2030. That means right now it's so-called 2023. With each year that goes by, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. You think they finna bounce back, right? With these food shortages and with the economy, you lost your damn mind. They doing it on purpose. Keep playing with it, man. Hold up, there's more.
You with that? Again, on their own website, 16 kilograms, that's all you can have of meat. Right now, the dairy consumption, milk or derivative equivalent, so cheeses and everything else, They're hoping that you will only have 90 kilograms of that, but their aggressive, ambitious target for 2030 is 0. Now remember, they need you to live like we lived in the pandemic, except without the nice stuff that you might have had, like cheese and milk and meat in the pandemic. You'll be required to only have 2,500 calories a day. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think I could live on 2,500 calories a day. I really don't like the fact, maybe it's because I've studied so much about the Holocaust, and, when governments and institutions start regulating calories, makes me think of the Holocaust a little bit, but...
And that's the difference. These are not suggestions. This is not a chart saying this is how people should eat. This is what people should ingest. No. This will be implemented via legislation. This will be implemented by the powers that be.
Maybe that's just me. Now, when it comes to clothing is a problem, okay? We have too many clothes. And I've watched television. I don't think we have enough clothes. Quite frankly, Lizzo comes to mind. So their progressive target for 2030 is that people will only be allowed to have 8 new clothing items per person per year. But they really are shooting for 3. So, comrade, you could have a new shirt, a new pair of pants, and maybe some socks.
Hey, man, look. And this is the crazy part about this whole thing. The information is out there. They not trying to hide nothing no more. You know why? Because they view people as dumb. It say it in the scripture. Matter of fact, look, Jeremiah chapter 4 and let's see. Jeremiah 4:22, and this is just speaking to the Most High's people. It says, "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children." That word sottish means stupid. You can look it up. It means stupid. They are stupid children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. So if this the Most High's people, right? How much more the heathen that are not the light of the world, that are not supposed to be the light of the world. Now, true enough, scripture says, I'm trying to remember, where it basically says that the devil, what is it? The devil is wiser than Daniel, or wise as Daniel, something like that, right? But that's more so speaking towards the elite. The average so-called white man and so-called basically everybody on this earth that ain't in that the Most High haven't blessed with knowledge are stupid as hell. And the reason why they dumb is because you've been brainwashed to be dumb. Every time you cut that TV on and you watch TV all day, did you know certain frequencies introduced to the human mind create certain moods and a certain mindset? You think Esau don't know that? Did you know certain colors being introduced to the eyes create certain moods? Yes, man. The music that you listen to, that 808, it creates a certain frequency in a person that brings you down. You think they doing? You think all of this is coincidence, man? That's why they able to put information all in your face, and they know you're not gonna do nothing, cause you've been brainwashed to be stupid as hell. Right? Think about our people in the past, man. Like when we were fresh off them slave ships, if we caught information, it was instant uprising. So what did they have to do? They had to study us. Why else do you think, right? They were opening up our bodies and checking our organs while we were alive, and sometimes when we were dead, and they were basically torturing us to see how the brain works, see how the body works, and they found out, and they use it, right? But see, it's the beauty of the Most High. It's the beauty of the Most High. He already knew that all of this was going to happen, man. It was already written. The author already wrote it down. And this is what he had to say about this proud devil that can put his agenda in your face thinking that you too stupid to recognize it. This is the book of Obadiah. Verse 1, it says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Right? Revelation 17. Right? It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? Space Force, right? Thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. Right? At the end of the day, this devil is doomed, man. Right? Verse 5, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right? It's already written, man. It's already written for you to be exposed. And not only for you to be exposed, for you to be destroyed. So the Most High is going to allow you to get so far. He's going to allow you to get so far. Right? But at the end of the day, just know you will not succeed, man. Because it's written. Right? Let me go to the book of 2nd Ezra. Chapter 16 and verse 17. Says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Right? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. All right? Understand the Most High is the Most High of good and evil, so you might want to get on his good side. All right? But it ain't even up to you. Is if the Most High bless you with the spirit to get on his good side or not. And the only way to test that is when you hear the word, once it starts to change you, yeah, you it. Most High willing, you've been called and chosen. Same as me, same as you, same as us all who are operating in this truth, man. Right? So, hey, I end with that. Hey, yeah. Yahweh Shemel Sharatazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Haloyam La, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Haracha Kwadash, Shalom Yashala.